Hey guys, God bless. Welcome back to my channel. I am Charlene. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm still under the weather, which I know this is going to affect my weekly routine and my reset for sure. Definitely need to get a lot more rest. But I do want to share with y'all the system that I tried all week and it seemed to have worked perfectly. Well, first things first, I get up and I tried to verbally pray. Like I tried to, Lord, I thank you for waking me up. I thank you for this beautiful day. I try to get all of I try to get my mind and body going with giving God his due. Then I try to do an activity that requires quietness. So maybe I read like a chapter of Genesis or a chapter of Proverbs or a chapter in a book, a few pages in a book. Because that, especially with reading the books, I can't have a lot of distractions at all, like bare minimum to none. Otherwise, I cannot read. I have, at one point in time, I could read the Bible like that, but now I'm just like, I don't know, I'm getting old, I guess. So that's not working anyway either. So I take advantage of the quietness where most of the house is asleep. Ariana's getting ready for school. Jace isn't quite up yet. And this is from me setting my alarm at 5. I set my alarm at 5, and I'm liable to get up anywhere between 5 and 5:30, sometimes even 5:40. But whatever time it is, I spend that quiet time with God. Sometimes I think the other day I just read the verse of the day and listened to the video or listen to the prompt prayer because that's something that I want to have absolutely quiet with. Then, as I'm waiting I go to the end of the path to get Ariana on the bus. And then there's a gap between her getting on the bus and Jace getting on the bus. So I read scripture out loud so that he can hear it as well. And then sometimes I ask him questions like for assurance, like, God is with you, right? He's watching you. You don't have to be afraid because I think he's still adjusting. I don't think he's warming up to school as much as I would like by now. But he also did get sick and miss a couple of days. So there's always grace, which I have grace for him anyway. But as a mom, you want to make sure that they're as comfortable as possible away from you because it kind of makes you anxious. And I'm definitely anxious from the time he goes to school to the time he gets home. Then I'm relieved. But even in the evening, I use that time with the bus gap. I go out there for his bus a little earlier than what it is. His bus usually comes anywhere between 3:30 to 3:45. And I tend to try to go out there at least around 3:20. And what I do is I do my prayer walk. Like I walk up and down the path and I just pray to God. So I'm getting my exercise, I'm burning my calories, and I'm talking to God out loud in nature. And y'all, that is the best method of prayer to me. I feel like there is no restraints and no issues at all. Like sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I'm still sleepy, so I'm not saying much. Or even the act of getting on my knees, pregnancy kind of stopped that a little bit. Like not on purpose, but because you're so used to being pregnant or overweight or having issues getting up and down, it's like that's the last thing you think about. But I keep telling myself I'll make my business to get back on my knees at some point while I still can. But like I said, for me, the best and the most connected I feel to God is definitely walking outside. So fresh air, exercise, talking to God, prayer walk, accomplished every day, at least Monday through Friday, waiting to get him off the bus. And then, excuse me, I noticed a very disturbing pattern about me is that I tend to start things I do not finish, and I do not like that. Like, I'm reading through Genesis on my other page, and I started to do these cards where I wanted to kind of highlight the most important parts of the chapter for overview. And look, I started and then I don't finish it. It's really disappointing because there's something about seeing things being accomplished that helps you keep going, which is why I love Mr. Penn's planner, because it has this area where you get to check off as you do, and it's not a lot. And this is why I also had adapt to buying these, because again, it's a sense of accomplishment. And I need to throw this one away because this one's, yeah, I don't know why I like to hold on to stuff, but I do. And then the other one just got filled up I guess I'm also trying to reserve things too because, you know, of my situation. But I need to just let go. I have been utilizing my planners. This one goes on and off the desk. This one stays on. And what I did was I did like a plan B, where if nothing else fails, at least be able to say that you did the one thing that you wrote here. And I did. I did really well with, even if I didn't get to here, I come here and like, what's the one thing that you want to accomplish that particular day? Just one. And I put it there, and this stays on this desk. And I just look at it, and at the end of the day, I'm saying, okay, what did I accomplish? Because I must admit, this past week, there was a lot of things that was like all over the place. And it was very frustrating because it's like, oh, I wrote it down, I meditated on it, I prayed for it. Why can't I accomplish? But one thing that did remain decently consistent, not perfect, was reading through Genesis. So I would read a chapter in one Bible and then study through another. And then I was wondering if that's holding me back, because I could just read through one of them and study through that same one. So I think that's what I'm going to try this week going forward. Like not having two separate ones, but just having the one, read through, and then come back and study through and see if I get more done that way. But I do like my consistency. I think I did a whole lot better this past week than the week before. The only thing that I want to improve in is Proverbs. Like me reading on this channel, like I need to just get in there and start reading. I don't know why it's taking me so long. Like I've read through Proverbs so many times, but I know one thing I've done was I prioritize everything else. And that's not good. Like the YouVersion app stuff, the In Touch, my prayer thing, like other books. Like I keep trying to put things over what I'm already doing, and that's not okay, because I need to go through Proverbs and I need to go through Genesis if I don't do nothing else. Like those two things should be the primary. Now let me tell you also a pattern I did. Like last week, I started planning the first half of the week and I said I'm going to come back, and I never came back. And that's something that I always do. Like I say, I'm coming back, and I do one or the other, and I never come back. So I already did this part when I get off camera. As a matter of fact, I got a pen right here. Let me see here. Put Proverbs 8. And then, let's see, Genesis 9 at least. And this is just like a overview, like if I can, because sometimes, like what I noticed last week was I read a little more or ahead of what I already written down. But the key thing is to be able to go back and see what you have accomplished. And I just try not to make it too heavy. Let me see here. What do I want? YouVersion, devotional. Let's see, Proverbs 9. YouVersion, prayer journal. I just write random things. I don't really have I just want it to be different, so each day looks like something else. Let's put Bible study. And this will always remain the same. I'm keep trying to tell myself to let Sunday be, let's see, reflect, rest, reset. Like my R's, like try to keep that consistent. Saturday, I'm gonna leave free for all because I just need that day to like, okay, we're winging it. Maybe I can dedicate side into reading. Maybe that's something I can start doing. Saturdays are for reading. I don't know. Reading and videos. But anyway, that's the plan for right now. I did spend a whole lot of time in my inspired prayer. When I say a whole lot of time, I mean a whole lot of time. Writing prayers and just meditating on scriptures and reading the scriptures. Completely different than what I had expected and planned for myself. I thought I was going to spend a bulk of my time in the ESV Jesus Bible, but I didn't spend more time in there than I did there. But I don't know, because I'm thinking about switching up right now as we speak. Because the main thing is I need to make sure a Bible stays here, a Bible stays in my possession, and then the one that's in the back room. But I think what's going to end up happening is taking the one out of the back room and making that the one for the week. And I have less to worry about. Like, it's the one Bible for the Genesis. And then, of course, the Proverbs is in the ESV Bible. So I don't know. But that's really not a big deal. And I hate that I make it a big deal. But I did feel a sense of more accessible reading when I did the New Living Translation. I think that's a big deal for me, because all other Bibles, when I tend to pull out, I tend to not be in them as much, and I know that's due to attachment, but also I need to utilize what I have. So I don't know, y'all. The crazy thing is I intend to use devices more, and I did not. I think I actually used them less, and that's kind of crazy. But that wasn't a goal. Oh, and I also did, I finally got into here. So I'll show y'all what this looks like. I did these things like first thing in the morning. Like I said, whatever my goal is first thing in the morning, that usually gets accomplished. It's the things that I plan throughout the rest of the day that tend to not to. So Genesis 1, 2, 3, answer the questions. And I told y'all I was going to use sticky notes because I don't want my answers to be permanent and I want room for growth. So sticky notes right now. So by next week, I should be able to do these, because I try to read the chapters involved in each. And I sit right here in front of this window and do this first thing in the morning to make sure it gets done. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I don't think I have much to share with y'all. Like I said, I'm trying my best to take care of myself because I've been really tired. And like I said, it started out with Jace feeling under the weather. Well, Bella, then Jace, then me. And then it seemed like Bella's sicker, like she's not getting better. So there's a little change of weather, but I don't think that's the case. I think the main thing is fresh cut grass, and just we got more kids in the school system, so that's bound to happen. But we're taking our vitamins and we're staying hydrated, and I'm about to go, I guess, read my Bible right now. But I just want to share that reset with you all and keep you guys in the loop. So comment down below what your plans are this week. Like I said, overall, I'm going to keep telling myself that if nothing else fails, I need to read Genesis and Proverbs, because I need to be in my word. And I mean actually reading, not just trying to study it, but read it. So I'm trying. All right. I probably don't come out with like a midweek adjustment or something, because I don't know. I just been feeling a little indifferent, and I don't know if it's because I need to change or if I need to eliminate. So I've been praying and taking my time. But one thing I do appreciate is the fact that I have been praying a lot more. And now I need to work on the worship aspect. Like, I try to listen to a couple of praise and worship songs, but I definitely want to be genuine and authentic, like with my worship like towards God. So that's what I used to do. Balance is key. All right. Love you guys. God bless. Take care. Bye.